The flooding that struck Qinzhou, Guangxi Province, in southern China was far more than a routine urban flood. While the event did not produce the catastrophic death toll seen in some of China's largest flood disasters, it exposed how a single episode of extreme rainfall can rapidly overwhelm urban infrastructure, disrupt daily life, and place hundreds of residents in immediate danger. At the center of the disaster was an extraordinary weather event. According to local meteorological authorities, Qinzhou recorded more than 270 millimeters, 10 inches, of rain within just 24 hours, ending at 8 a.m. Monday. For perspective, many cities around the world receive less rainfall than that over an entire month. The rainfall was also reported as the highest daily total ever recorded in Qinzhou during April, making it an exceptional event in the city's climate history. The most striking evidence of the flood severity came from images and videos released by Chinese state media. Streets were transformed into rivers. Vehicles disappeared beneath muddy floodwaters, leaving only rooftops visible. In some neighborhoods, water levels rose to chest height, forcing rescue workers to wade through dangerous currents. Firefighters carried elderly residents through floodwaters while inflatable rescue boats navigated areas that had become temporarily inaccessible by road. More than 200 residents were evacuated from affected neighborhoods. While this number may appear modest compared with the tens of thousands displaced during major river basin floods, it is significant because it indicates that authorities considered the conditions dangerous enough to require organized emergency relocation. Evacuations are generally ordered only when authorities believe there is a credible threat to life and safety. The flooding also highlighted the vulnerability of modern urban areas to short-duration extreme rainfall. Qinzhou is a coastal city with drainage systems designed to manage heavy rain. However, when rainfall exceeds the design capacity of stormwater networks, water accumulates faster than it can be drained away. This results in rapid flooding of roads, residential districts, underground facilities, and low-lying areas. Meteorological experts describe the event as unusual because rainfall of such intensity is normally associated with the summer monsoon season, which typically arrives in southern China during mid to late May. Experiencing monsoon-level precipitation in late April suggests that atmospheric conditions were significantly more energetic than normal. Such anomalies are becoming increasingly important to monitor because they can catch communities unprepared. From a disaster management perspective, Qinzhou's experience offers a mixed assessment. On one hand, the floodwaters were severe enough to submerge vehicles, isolate neighborhoods, and trigger emergency rescues. On the other hand, there were no reports of large-scale fatalities, widespread building collapses, or prolonged infrastructure failure. Schools resumed classes the following day, and traffic reportedly returned to normal in most areas, indicating that recovery operations were relatively effective. Nevertheless, judging a flood solely by the number of deaths can be misleading. Modern disaster experts increasingly evaluate flood severity using multiple factors, including rainfall intensity, infrastructure disruption, economic damage, evacuation numbers, rescue operations, and potential loss of life avoided through preparedness measures. By these standards, the Qinzhou flood qualifies as a significant urban flooding event. The incident also reflects a broader trend observed across many regions of the world. Scientists have repeatedly warned that a warmer atmosphere can hold more moisture, creating conditions for heavier downpours when storms develop. While no single weather event can be attributed entirely to climate change, extreme rainfall episodes are becoming more frequent in numerous countries, including China. Perhaps the most important lesson from Qinzhou is that preparedness determines outcomes. The difference between a flood becoming a tragedy or a successful emergency response often comes down to early warnings, evacuation planning, public awareness, and the speed of rescue operations. The images of firefighters carrying elderly residents to safety illustrate how critical emergency services become when minutes matter. The Qinzhou flood serves as a reminder that modern cities are not immune to nature's power. A single day of exceptional rainfall was enough to inundate streets, submerge vehicles, force evacuations, and test emergency response systems. While the city recovered relatively quickly, the event underscores the growing need for stronger flood defenses, smarter urban planning, and greater resilience in an era of increasingly unpredictable weather extremes. In the end, the most valuable lesson is clear: the true measure of disaster preparedness is not how a city performs during normal weather, but how effectively it protects lives when the extraordinary occurs.